Are we doing life or is life doing us? And if it's doing us, is it planned or totally fucking rando? The Spiritual Shitshow podcast with Suzanne Soul.
This one goes to 11.
Hello, you fucking delicious starseeds, and welcome to the Spiritual Shitshow podcast, where we get into the mindfuck and shit show the healing and spiritual awakening journey can be. I'm your host, Suzanne Soul, comedian, lifelong spiritual student, and I'm sharing some of the gorgeous nuggets I've learned along my journey that have helped me and that I hope help you too. Aight, let's get into this yum yum. So, what determines our reality and the course of our lives? Is it fate? Are our lives predetermined by a higher power? Or are we totally at choice to create the life we desire? Or are we just hurling through space on a floating rock that could explode at any minute if another rock randomly crashes into it? Because everything is fucking random and there's no sense or reason for anything. I mean, when Bob tells me I've won a new car, did my higher power say, it is time for her to get that new car? Or did I create me winning a new car with my thoughts of me winning a new car? Or did the universe just do a weird math equation which ended up being a new car for me while I was a contestant on The Price is Right on a rock randomly hurling through space? This is going to be a 3-part series diving into the age-old question, are we doing life or is life doing us? And if it's doing us, is it planned or totally fucking rando? Do we create our own reality? Or is my life already pre-planned? Or is this life just one chaotic cosmic game of dodgeball? I mean, if I create my own reality, where's my beachfront villa and personal chef? And if it's all fated, what's it all about? And if life's just happening to me, why does the universe seem to have such a shit-ass sense of humor? Am I right? There are many theories as to what is happening on this earth. On one side, we have the I'm the captain of my ship crowd, who believe they can manifest anything from a dream house to a free coffee. On the other side, we've got the life is happening to us gang, who are either like, there is a plan and what's meant to be will be, or the good luck controlling anything, babe, because the universe is just random chaos. Those who strongly believe we consciously create our own reality believe that we are entirely responsible for everything that happens in our lives. Those who believe in fate might believe everything that happens is the will of a higher power or our soul's purpose and why we're here. And those who believe in the totally random version believe we just have to go with the flow as best we can. But which one is the truth? Well, it's obviously not as clear-cut as we'd like. Hence the age-old question part, meaning as long as there has been an age, we've been asking this question. And it has yet to be answered concretely. I mean, there are so many variables to our existence that make it challenging to know what the answer is. We don't control where, when, and to whom we're born. And when we're children, we may have very little control of the events in our lives that shape us. But then when we become adults, we may learn that we have the ability to create or control our reality based on our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. But our thoughts, beliefs, and actions have been shaped by the events in our childhood in which we had very little control. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Anyways, the concept of God, spirit, or a higher power can have a different role in each way of thinking. In the idea that we create our own reality, we might see ourselves as spiritual beings having a human experience, and the architects of our own lives co-creating with divine energy, and bearing the responsibility for our lives and the state of our reality. In a reality that is fate-bound, the idea may be that we are living out our oversoul's purpose, or that God has a plan for us, and that the things that occur in our lives are meant to or supposed to be, and are the will of God. And in an ideology that says everything is random and it's all up for grabs, the idea is who knows what's behind the veil, if anything. And don't even try to make sense of it or control it. It's going to do what it's going to do. So just try to hold on. There are proponents of each ideology to whom we can look to for explanation. Proponents of the we create our own reality ideology believe we create our reality with our thoughts. Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe." The Buddha said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." And Plato said, "Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our minds." Those who say life is determined by fate may refer to a higher power and have a thy will, not my will mindset, and some who just believe fate is fating. In the Bible, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius says, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." And German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer says, "Fate shuffles the cards and we play." Author and Buddhist teacher Alan Watts, proponent of a totes Rando universe, said, "The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves." And finally, there are ideologies that kind of ride in the middle of all of them, like in the Tao Te Ching, which says, "The master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself." And Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl, who said, "We have absolutely no control over what happens to us in life. But what we have paramount control over is how we respond to those events." I can see the appeal of any of these ways of seeing life. The excitement, freedom, and challenge of the possibility of creating your own reality, the comfort of being in the hands of the will of a loving higher power, and the ever surprising and freewheeling idea of total randomness. We're going to look at these ideologies and decide which one is the truth. Spoiler, it could be any or all, or maybe a combo plate, like at a barbecue restaurant, but it all might depend on you. So, first up, we're going to talk about the idea that we create our own reality. And creating your reality is based on the law of attraction. There are many different takes on the law of attraction. According to the book The Secret, the law of attraction is like a cosmic McDonald's drive-thru for your desires. Just ask and you shall receive. Sounds simple, right? But I don't remember ordering the McShitstorm I dealt with yesterday. But seriously, folks, the law of attraction is the idea that like attracts like and energy flows where your attention goes. The belief is that your thoughts, feelings, and actions basically work together like a cosmic recipe for your life, whether you're paying attention or not. If you think good thoughts, good things happen. If you think shit thoughts, well, you get the idea. Sounds kind of empowering, though, right? Like, wow, I'm in charge of my life. And I can manifest a hot partner, a thriving career, and maybe even world peace. But then your next thought might be like, "Oh, but so why do I keep manifesting parking tickets and crappy Tinder dates?" Could it be that there is a method to this madness that involves everyone's favorite twins, learning and growing? To believe that you create your reality is to believe that whether you win the lottery or spill coffee on your pants, you're driving the train. But let's be honest, sometimes this idea can feel like a lot of pressure. If every thought you have shapes reality, then the next time I get pissed off at Karen in accounting for breathing too loudly, am I going to manifest a week of bad luck? Because that's a lot to carry. And can we talk about how exhausting it is to stay perfectly positive all the time? It's like emotional CrossFit, you know? I jest, but like I said, becoming more intentional about what you are creating in your life comes with a journey of healing and self discovery. Spiritual teacher Dr. Michael Beckwith says you attract to you the predominant thoughts that you're holding in your awareness. Whether those thoughts are conscious or unconscious, that's the rub. Well, what the heck does he mean by that? Well, let me tell you. Sigmund Freud used the analogy of an iceberg in the sea, saying that the conscious mind is the part of the iceberg we see above the water, and the unconscious mind is the larger part of the iceberg that we don't see under the water, that has a very impactful effect on the iceberg as a whole. Our conscious mind contains the thoughts and feelings we are aware of, and the unconscious mind operates below the level of conscious awareness, but influences our behaviors, emotions, and perceptions in profound ways that we are often unaware of. Your unconscious mind draws from your life experiences, especially those in childhood, when who you are and how you see the world is mostly developed. This is why manifesting what you desire can be challenging. Our belief systems are powerful drivers of behavior and perception, which are powerful drivers of what we attract. If we subconsciously believe we're unworthy of success, we may unknowingly sabotage opportunities that come our way. Conversely, if we hold the belief that we're capable of overcoming challenges, we're more likely to face difficulties with resilience and determination, setting us up to manifest our goals. Bringing any self sabotaging beliefs that may dwell in our unconscious to light and actively working to heal our minds by releasing them can alter the way we perceive and interact with the world, opening up new possibilities for creating the life we would like to experience. Louise Hay, the queen of affirmations, said, "Every thought we think is creating our future," which means if you had one petty thought about Karen and accounting, you could be screwed. JK. Now you might be curious. Hey girl, do they say we can attract stuff we don't want? Yes, Queen, they do. If our mind is constantly fixated on negativity, fear, or scarcity, the belief is that we're essentially ordering those outcomes from the universe. Like, yes, I'd like to order a large shit pizza, some crap wings, and a total bummer salad with a disappointing dressing on the side. And also, constantly fixating on negativity, fear, or scarcity more practically affects your behaviors and perceptions in ways that cause you to be taking or not taking actions that attract shit you don't want. But disclaimer, the key word is constantly, because we all have rough days, rough patches in our lives, and so the law of attraction usually doesn't work immediately bringing shit we don't want into our lives because we were in a bad mood on Tuesday. But I don't know for sure. I could be wrong. I'm not a fucking psychic, for crying out loud. But we're just talking here. So now you might ask, how exactly does this shit crap get thrown at us, babe? And I would say, well, they say it happens via our focus and energy. You see, the brain doesn't differentiate between I don't want this and I want this. It processes what you focus on. For example, if you're constantly thinking, I don't want to be broke, your focus is still on being broke. Your reticular activating system, RAS, in your brain will then highlight situations that confirm that fear, like missed opportunities or bad financial choices. Your state of mind. Constantly worrying about getting sick might lead to stress, which can weaken your immune system and make illness more likely. Fearing failure might keep you stuck in your comfort zone, limiting your growth and creating stagnation. Thinking, I always attract toxic people might make you miss red flags and settle for relationships that reinforce that belief. And then there's the neutrality of the law of attraction. According to proponents of the law of attraction, not only does the brain not distinguish between want and don't want, neither does the universe. The universe always says yes to whatever you're putting into it. It simply responds to where your energy is flowing. If that energy is rooted in worry or doubt, you're essentially drawing more of those experiences into your life. Fuck, I know. Worry and doubt coming up. You now might be like, okay, so how can I avoid attracting shit I don't want, girl? Well, lucky for you, I've got some tips and tricks. Shift your focus. Instead of thinking about what you don't want, try to reframe it into what you do want. Instead of, I don't want to be broke, say, I'm creating financial abundance. Instead of, I don't want toxic relationships, say, I'm attracting healthy, loving connections. Cultivate positive emotions. Replace fear or anxiety with feelings like gratitude, hope, or confidence. Practice mindfulness. Catch yourself when your thoughts spiral into negativity. Pause, reset, and redirect your focus towards something constructive, like puzzles or getting your back rubbed. And breathe, girl. When we talk about creating our own reality, we ultimately open up the old can of worms called manifestation. Well, what the hell is manifestation? Well, hold on, Clovis, I'm fixing to tell you. Manifestation isn't just about thinking or dreaming, it's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions to create opportunities and attract what you desire. Whether viewed through a spiritual lens or grounded in psychology and neuroscience, manifestation taps into the universal human drive to achieve, grow, and find meaning. Okay, so at its core, it's the process of bringing something you desire into your reality through thoughts, emotions, and actions using the law of attraction. Listen, the law of attraction and manifestation are related concepts, often used interchangeably, but they do have distinct differences. The law of attraction is the belief that we can attract positive or negative experiences and situations into our lives based on our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, whether we know we're doing it or not. And manifestation is basically like you going out of your way to bring cool shit into your life. Like when you were in junior high and you hung out by the water fountain in the hallway at 11:05 a.m. every day because you knew that special someone always got a sip of water in between algebra and geometry. And then finally one day they started talking to you. And then you guys ended up going to the Sadie Hawkins dance together, and it was super cool and fun. Manifested! Now, manifestation can sometimes be presented like the spiritual version of Amazon Prime. You place the order, I want a better job, and then you just sit there waiting for the universe to deliver. But when you try it, instead of 2-day shipping, it's like, sorry, your order got lost in the void. Please try again. And then you say, I knew it. This manifestation shit doesn't work. With this perspective, manifestation can feel like snake oil. They say, focus on abundance, but then your bank account reminds you, hey, we're still broke, bitch. You're over here lighting candles, writing affirmations, and visualizing a Range Rover, and the universe is like, that's cute, here's a flat tire. And then it's easy to blame yourself. Dr. Michael Beckwith defines the process of manifestation by saying, do you live in a minefield or a garden? When we live in a minefield mentality, we explode with the weeds of worry, doubt, fear, lack, and limitation. Choose to cultivate your inner garden. So, similarly to the idea of creating your own reality, the idea of manifesting requires you to let go of old shit to make room for new shit, which, by the way, is the title of episode 10 if you want to check it out. And now you might ask, and how do we do that? Through therapy, healing modalities, journaling, all of the things that can help you unclog your perspective. But disclaimer, that shit doesn't happen overnight. But great news, I'm also giving you tips and tricks and tools, babe. Okay? Anyways, from a scientific perspective, manifestation doesn't involve magical forces, but is more about how the brain processes intention, focus, and motivation. And then there's our good pal, neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated thoughts and behaviors. Visualization and affirmations can reinforce neural pathways, making you more likely to take positive actions that align with your goals, which triggers a psychological effect as manifestation is linked to goal setting theories. When you focus on what you want, you're more likely to engage in behaviors that move you toward it, whether consciously or subconsciously. Huh? Louise Hay, the queen of affirmations, said, "Every thought we think is creating our future." Which means if you had one petty thought about Karen and accounting, you could be screwed. JK. I know, I know. So, how do I manifest what I would like to bring about in my life already? Okay, girl, here are the common tips and tricks already. Number 1, set a clear intention. Know exactly what you want. Be specific. Instead of, I want a better job, say, I want a remote job in digital marketing that pays $100,000 a year. Let's go. Number 2, visualize. Picture yourself already achieving your goal. Engage all your senses. What does it look like, feel like, sound like? Neuroscience suggests visualization primes the brain for success. Number 3, feel the emotions. Feel gratitude, joy, and excitement as if you've already achieved your desire. Emotions amplify intentions. Number 4, take aligned actions. Manifestation is not just about wishing, you must actively work toward your goal. If you want a new job, update your resume and do some networking. And number 5, trust the process and let go. Release attachment to the outcome or how it will happen. This creates a sense of openness to unexpected opportunities. For many, manifestation is about becoming the best version of themselves and living a life that feels authentic and aligned with who they truly are and what they truly want. You see, it's not total bullshit. And in the belief that we create our own reality, faith is foundational. It fuels the conviction that our thoughts, beliefs, and actions directly shape our experiences. Faith here is an active, empowering force that supports the idea of agency and personal responsibility. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, "There is a level of awareness available to you that you are probably unfamiliar with. It extends upwards and transcends the ordinary level of consciousness that you're most accustomed to. At this level, your wishes, all of them, can indeed be fulfilled. By using your imagination and practicing the art of assuming the feeling of your wishes being fulfilled and steadfastly refusing to allow any evidence of the outer world to distract you from your intentions, you will discover that you, by the virtue of your spiritual awareness, possess the ability to become the person you are destined to be." And the great Mahatma Gandhi said, "Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny." This is such a cool conversation, so stay tuned for part 2 of Fate, Free Will, or Totally Fucking Rando series. Oh my God, you're so fucking amazing and I love you so fucking much. Thanks for listening and I'll see you on the next one.